All right, we got the camera for the target on. Here's our target. This is where the bullets will impact. This is our aiming point. I have an Acro P2 mounted. I've maxed out elevation. There's no more elevation, so I had to raise my aiming point. Why in the world would I have to do that? Well, we're shooting 300 yards. That's why. And we're using one of our pistols to do it, which is crazy, I know. But let's see what we can do. This is an SRC target. That's a repair center for a 200-yard high power. Even though this is 300 yards, we're going to use this target at 200 yards. Let's see how it goes. So, yep, again, like I said, Accuracy X, man. We love doing the impossible. So I'm going to try to keep the target in the camera focus, or in the camera frame as I drive back. I'm going to drive fast to keep the video as short as possible. Now, there's a whole bunch of my friends who know me that are so glad they're not here doing this with me. They hate it when I drive like that. I think it's funny, but they hate it. They say I'm reckless, but really all that is they just know I'm fast. All right, let's get this little camera here. Yeah, I've taken some of my buddies around my trail on the farm here on some buggy rides, and let's just say it was a life-changing experience for them. All right, let's get some ammo. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to shoot 10 shots, and I'm going to do the best I can to shoot a tight group. You know, like I said, you heard me say it before, there's all kinds of videos of people shooting stuff at far distances with a handgun, and they hit a piece of steel or hit it once or whatever, and that's fine. Hitting a target out there at 300 yards with one of our pistols, it's not hard. It's not hard because it's the way we build our guns. However, shooting a small group at that distance with 9mm, it's kind of nuts. I'm gonna go over here and all right, had to grab a little. I'm gonna do a little side adjustment here. So what are we using? We're using one of our stealth fighters right here. Okay, so I'm gonna dial in just a little bit, to see if I can get the group to center up on the target. I roughly sighted this in at 300 yards, so I would sort of know where I was at. So let's see how good I did. 10 shots, 300 yards. So I just thought it'd be neat to do a video. You know, we've already done the 50-yard test with it. It passed with flying colors. I just thought it'd be fun to do something like this. So, all right, here we go, guys. I'll do my best for you. I might have messed up. I may have shot 11 shots. Weapon is safe. I might have messed up. We'll have to watch the video. I think I lost count, but hopefully I got 10 on there. It might have been 11. All right, let's go down there and take a look and see what we got. So, again, guys, I'm a trained professional. Don't try this at home. You should drive in a very cautious, careful, safe manner, not like what I'm doing. All right, I'm pretty sure I just gave some of my buddies PTSD watching this video because I think I'm reminding them of some bad memories. All right, let's see what we got, guys. I definitely shot one shot that I didn't like, but I couldn't tell what was wrong with it. I was like, I didn't like that shot. It's hard to do this, but let's take a look at that, guys. I see 1.8, 2 9s, and the rest are all 10s. So with a rifle in a rifle match, that would have been a 96 at 300 yards, which, you know, in a high-power rifle match is not a there's a lot of guys who wish they could shoot 96s at 300 yards. But, guys, this was with a pistol, right? This one here, don't know what happened, don't remember. The rest of the breaks, I was trying hard to hold hard. Look at that, guys. That is a hand-sized group right there, right? That's a hand-sized group. Look at that. At 300 yards with an Accuracy X pistol. That is why we're known as the maker of the world's proven most accurate pistols. Guys, that is insane. That is insane. 300 yards, man. Way, way, way back there. This is not just rifle territory, but longer range rifle territory. And look what that just did. We're very proud of what we do, guys. We're very proud of what we do. And I guarantee you, if I could put this in a rest and eliminate my human error, this gun would shoot even better. This pistol would shoot even better. But I am human. I have a heartbeat. I have a pulse. As hard as I try to eliminate it, I still get a flyer here and there. But that is daggone awesome. That is so impressive. Guys, that is, that's what makes us get up every day. We love doing this. Hope you enjoy this content. Like, subscribe, share this with your friends. Where else are they going to see something like this? Nowhere. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Hold them hard. Okay, guys, let's do a little post-test analysis. So here is the target that you just saw me shoot. I was so focused on trying to hold good shots that I shot 11 shots, actually, instead of 10. The video will show whenever this one was. I mean, I don't know. But let's talk about these 10 shots that I just shot. Without that, I shot a 98. You know, and I don't know when the 11th shot was. I don't know. So, you know, it happens. A lot going on, trying to focus on the dot and trying to hold good. But these 10 shots, I just shot a 98 with a pistol at 300 yards on a target that would normally be for really, really accurate match rifles. So that in itself is remarkable. Now let's see if I can measure this and see what the size of the group is. So the two widest shots are an 8-inch group. You see that? 8 inches. Okay. The width of the group, change hands here, is 6 inches. 6 inches. I just shot a 10 shot, 8-inch by 6-inch group at 300 yards with an Accuracy X pistol. Beyond remarkable. I mean, just ridiculous at this point. Just ridiculous. Now, let's look at this in another perspective. All of those shots would have just about held the black on a bullseye target at 50 yards. Those, there's one that would have just been out right there, just barely out. Okay, that's an 8-inch circle, right? So that's, you know, it's right on the edge. I mean, it would have cut. I mean, like if you take the diameter of the bullet And here, I mean, let's see, it's a 9mm. So no, they all make. I mean, they would have all held the black. So here's the target, and you can see that the edge of the bullet's bigger than the size of the hole. That's a 355 thousandths. So it's just barely touching there, easily touching there. So those 10 shots all held on a bullseye target. Yes, these two are just barely cutting the black, but they're still cutting the black. Now, what does that mean for IDPA? Well, if that was an A zone, every one of those shots would have been 10 shots in an A zone at 300 yards. Let me say that again. There's the shots, the 10 shots. There's an A zone, covering it up easily. Again, guys, builder of the world's proven most accurate pistols, 300 yards with one of our pistols. I know this is silly. I know this is nerdy. I know people are like, well, why would you need to do that? Need has nothing to do with it. Why do you need a car that can go 300 miles an hour? Need has nothing to do with it, but man, is it cool if you can get one. X series from Accuracy X, guys. Pretty daggone remarkable. Guys, I hope you enjoy this. I hope you can appreciate what this is. It's just remarkable accuracy. Just crazy remarkable accuracy. Yeah, pretty daggone cool to shoot a 98 at 300 yards on an, well, it's an SRC, it's a 200-yard target, but the scoring rings are the same. A 98 at 300 yards with a pistol when you're usually shooting it with a match rifle or some of these, like, you know, really, really super quarter-minute guns. That's what we do here at Accuracy X, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this. I've sure enjoyed doing this. It really tested and you know, stretched my capabilities. I guarantee you this pistol can shoot smaller than this if it's out of a mechanical rest. I mean, I'm doing the best I know how to do. And let's be honest, that's not too bad. That's a pretty good effort for a human being, you know. But there is a little bit of, I could tell you there's a couple times I could see the black and there would be like a little bit of a thin, and it'd be thin and fat. Like I could tell I was a little high, a little low. It's such fine margins. But guys, that is what we love doing. I hope you've enjoyed this. And again, like, subscribe, do all that stuff. Share this with your friends. Again, like I said, where else are they going to see something like this? A pistol that can do that at 300 yards. All right, guys, thanks. We sure appreciate everybody in Accuracy X Nation. Hold them hard.